you guys have already gotten 2 videos, and this week we promised you 3. And this one being Friday's video is the last video, and it's my video, the special one. My story is just how I live on a day-to-day basis as being a gay male, the person that I am, and how I've gotten this far. People ask me a lot, when was the time that you realized who you were and who you were really attracted to, or how you really felt about yourself. My latest memory is when I was around 6, was my first attraction to another boy. It was in school. Sadly, at that point in my life, I didn't know what I was. I would deny it so much. I didn't want to tell anybody because I was afraid of what would happen to me, because I saw so much happen to those kind of people. And I just didn't want to tell anybody. It wasn't something I wanted to do at the moment. And of course, being kids in school, everybody did bully me. I did get bullied a lot for it. I got called the most hurtful words, which are gay, fag. And it really did suck. I really did cry a lot about it. I actually prayed a lot. Really did think it was something you could pray away, which of course it's not. It's not something that's wrong with you, and obviously it did not work. You see, I'm still here, no fabulous. But I love who I am. I have finally come to terms with who I am and what I'm trying to do with myself. I mean, I'm still kind of a work in progress, but I'm okay with who I am. I'm the kind of person that's just gonna say, you know what, I am who I am, even though I want to say I'm not so into being all out there as much as there are other gay guys that are out there, very flamboyant, very crazy out there, just like rainbow everything. I'm more, not because I don't like it, it's because I'm a person who tends to keep to myself. I'm very reserved when it comes to my sexuality. If you ask, I'll tell you. If you don't ask, you know, that's just you, keep guessing. But I'm just, I don't know, I just love who I am. I love when people ask me about my sexuality and how I feel about other people in the gay community. I feel that people in the gay community who are, you know, on the down low because they're scared and they're afraid that somebody's going to hurt them or they're going to be judged on who they are by their family or friends, I honestly say that's all fuckery. Like, that just sucks. I really don't think that anybody should hide who they are. It's not normal. It's not right. You shouldn't have to feel like there's something wrong with you just so you can be accepted. You shouldn't have to hide away who you truly are just because you want to feel like a certain person doesn't like you for it. If they don't like you, that's their problem. And guess what? They're just one person that's going to be in your life that's just going to come and go, just like pretty much everybody else in your life. The only thing that's true in your life is your family. And I mean, if there are people in your family who don't like it, guess what? Eventually, you're all going somewhere. And guess what? They're not going with you. So it's okay. It doesn't matter. They're gonna throw dirt on you while you're here, and they're gonna throw dirt on you in your casket. So just let things go. Don't let anybody hold you back from being who you are and saying who you truly are and letting you be stupid and weird. I mean, because I am. I'm retarded. I'm just slow sometimes. I love myself. I'm slow at times. I'm very fun, and sometimes I'm very reserved. Sometimes I don't like when people mess with me, but that's just who I am. So yeah.
How about coming out to your parents?
Coming out to poke me, God, poke my fat. Coming out to my parents.
That wasn't fat. That was blubber.
No, that was my tit. That's fat. Coming out to my parents. My mother was the kind of person who liked having gay friends, but didn't really care much for having gay people in her family. I have a couple of cousins who are. I'm not going to name any names because some of them are still not out, which I find just really slow. But I never came out to my mother. She asked me a couple of times. I'm pretty sure she knew before I knew, but I never told her, one, because she said she'd slap me. So my mother wasn't really the person to go to for this. she really did ask a lot of times and really did make it very clear that she did not like it and she really did not want that for me. But coming out to my father, I didn't know my dad until I turned around 12. I didn't really know who he was. I people had talked about him, but I didn't really know who he was. So I met him around my 12th birthday. And when my mother passed away, within the first year, he noticed a lot of things about me that were really flamboyant. That things, just things that were me being myself around him. I started getting comfortable, so I started being myself, and of course, he asked questions. So when I came out to him and I told him that I was gay, he told me, "I understand." He just told me, "I wasn't there for you when you were little, and at this point in your life, I am nobody to tell you who you can and cannot be. I am supportive. Um, I really don't want to know all the details to everything that you do. Just be careful." Just be careful and take care of yourself, and just know that whatever happens, I'm here with you, and I love you no matter what. You're my youngest, so I love my dad for that. I still love my dad to this day, and I mean, just knowing that I had his support on anything that I did was just like amazing. I just thank God for that every day, that I didn't have hate in my dad, nor do I have hate in my family, because I mean, the other gay and bisexuals that I do have in my family, they're not all out, but we all know. Come on now, we all know. Gaydars are just like beeping off the hook everywhere when they're around, especially when we're together. Um, but I mean, there really is no hate in my family, and I'm very very proud and very happy for that, because I feel like my family understands and they love us no matter what. Because we may not be the best family, but we are a family that does stick together in hard times. And if anybody messes with us, the gay kids, we all go hands. Just saying.
You go hands, or you go ham?
No, we go. What? Is that a bad joke? Did she just say we go ham?
It's
I've
a
heard that before.
thing.
It's a saying.
Is it really?
I'm gonna go ham. Yeah, for some odd reason.
Oh, I thought it was like fat joke.
It's like, why don't they say I'm gonna go gorilla? Anyways.
Right?
What?
Because then it'd
Oh,
be
I'm gonna go
racist.
ape. They do say I'm gonna go ape. Never mind.
Abraham Lincoln?
Ape. Not
Oh.
ape. It's like, I'm gonna go ape. I'm gonna go ape.
But I was dying. I'm gonna be honest with you too, real
It's like,
quick.
he's gonna bust that with the...
Okay, well, either way, the moral of this entire story is just fuck what everybody says. Be yourself. Let the world just come to its end, but just as long as you're being yourself.
Hold on, I don't want to diet. I don't want to diet. Don't let the world end.
If the world ends, dude, just be yourself. Just be like, fuck it, dude. Like, whatever. Just be everything that you've ever wanted to be. Hell, if you're gay, shit, be the biggest diva you can be. If you're a lesbian, hey, be the biggest butch you can be if that's what you feel. Wear some just like freaking boys' clothes, like wear dickies.
Not all lesbians are butch.
I know.
There are femme queens.
Okay, well, there are femme lesbians. You know, just be you. Be with the butch. Be with a femme. Be with whatever you want to be. Do what you gotta do. Just love every moment of it. Just love who you are and what you do.
We really do not endorse bestiality.
We really don't.
Don't do that.
Do not get that message from what he's saying.
Yeah, do not. Don't do that.
Just love everyone humanly.
Yes, love everybody humanly. Please do that. Don't go beastie on me, because that's weird.
Just don't be a dick, is what he's trying to say.
You're a dick if you're a person that does beastie.
Oh god.
Anyway, just is kind of slow, but what he's basically saying is be yourself and
just
love
be you.
who you are.
They're gonna judge you anyway. Just do what the fuck you want. And
seriously, I get judged every time I walk down the fucking street, but that's only because I'm fabulous. What are you gonna do? That's not even pay attention to them though. It's whatever. So yeah.
Questions?
Now we have questions for you, Jesse.
Questions.
Do you want to go first, Brenda?
I shall go first.
What are the questions laid on me? If I had like really big man boobs, I'd go like that. So yeah.
Lord. All right.
Okay.
So, my question to you, Jesse, is
yes.
If your mama was still around and she knew how in touch you are now with your sexuality, do you think she would accept you?
I think she. It would have took her a very long time, maybe these 9 years. It would have took her a while. She probably would have stopped speaking to me for a while, but eventually my mother would have got intact with it. She would have got very. She would have got okay with it,
Like
but
come to terms with it?
yeah, she would. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. See, whatever. But she would have came to terms with it eventually, and she would have just said, you know what, pretty much the same thing that my dad said. Just don't tell me the details. So yeah.
Okay. Do you? It's not like I'm saying, oh, every gay person feels like this, but because we've talked about this before, do you
Yes.
feel like you were born in the wrong body, or is it just because you're gay? You know, just.
Honestly, I have thought about this a lot over the past couple of weeks because we have talked about this recently. Um, it's more of just me feeling. I'm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very feminine. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell from my voice and because of the way I act. But I'm very feminine. I'm gonna sit here and actually state this. This is written in stone for me. I love being a boy. I love the shit I can do being a boy. Um, I'm sorry. Can I say this? But I love my penis. I really would not want to turn that into. I would not want an innie instead of an outie. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, similar long question. Do you feel the pressure because to be a drag queen? Because all of us are like kind of into it.
No, I don't. I love the fact that we each have that in common because that's so fucking amazing. Because drag queens are like the best fucking people
They're
ever.
fucking unicorns.
They are, dude. They're like fucking butterflies that fart unicorns and rainbows. I don't know how that's possible, but it happens. But either way, no, I don't feel pressured to want to be a drag queen, but I would love to do it only because it's an amazing experience. It's something that I grew up loving since I was little. I've looked at drag queens since I was little and just loved every single one of them and just how they're so artful with their makeup, how they're so creative and their passion for what they do.
Swolt. Do you have any more questions?
Oh, sorry. My foot's asleep.
I mean, you're gonna get stuck. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I'm sorry. Technical difficulties.
With her legs.
Um, do you feel like your family treats you different, like, or anything?
My family, no. My family is very supportive of it. They shit hell when I have when I'm in my so-called relationships, they do ask about them. They do very much really want to know how I'm doing with the other person. Um, they're very supportive of it. They love that I'm very out there with myself, that I'm very confident in who I am. Because I actually have people who tell me, I wish I had half the confidence that you have. And sometimes it's not very much confidence, it's just me trying to black out the fact that I'm very insecure sometimes. There are certain things about myself that I don't like. Not of my sexuality, but just certain things about myself that overpower my confidence of my sexuality. I don't know how that makes sense, but it does to me. Um, I don't know. But as in my family, no, they very much love me because I'm very confident in my sexuality.
And my last question, Jesse, is a thinker.
Oh God, you can't make me think. You know I don't do well with that. It's like a test.
So, my question is, do you feel like society treats you a lot different than most people because you're basically a double minority? You're brown and gay.
And I'm super brown. Um, I would say yes and no because I get asked very different questions. Because some people actually think I'm Indian, some people think I'm native. Well, I am actually native a little bit. Some people think I'm sort of Asian because I have very small eyes. A lot of people think I'm straight from Mexico. I just arrived. Um, and being gay, that does get me like a lot of looks. It does get me some stuff, but I really don't mind it only because I mean if I'm asked all these questions of me being a double minority because I'm brown and because I'm gay, I really don't mind it. I just love who I am. It's I don't feel. I mean, I personally don't feel attacked because I'm a double minority. How I love it, and I really don't pay attention to the people who do ask those questions about me or really feel a certain way about me because I'm a double minority. I don't pay attention to it. Why? Because I have my earphones on like 24/7. I don't hear anything. I don't hear the outside world. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I live through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
His links will be down below.
They will.
Um, do I say my last one? Okay. Do you feel like you live? Do you feel like you live? Do you feel like you belong in the gay community, like in the gay community, basically? Yeah, in general.
Oh, this is a very big question because I've asked myself a lot. One, I don't feel I belong in the gay community only because I'm very, I mean, I would say yes because I'm very feminine, but second because I don't dress femininely. I feel like I'm not trying to throw anything out there to the gay community, but sorry, you guys make it very difficult because you have to look a certain way to be there.
The standards.
You have standards nowadays, and I don't see why, gay community. You really need to
Gay
stop
community.
that.
You need to quit your shit.
You really do. Like, quit it. Like, seriously, stop with all this because um, there are very many people who feel insecure. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feel like we can't go into the gay community with not having a six pack. You have to be a certain. You have to look a certain way to be loved within the gay community, and I personally don't feel like I belong there. I would like to belong there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have been trying to work on myself personally and physically to be emotionally ready to throw myself out into the gay community because I would like to help. I really would. I would love to help kids who are insecure within themselves of their sexuality and just, try to be another voice trying to guide them towards the good light. Um, but me personally, I don't feel like I belong only because I feel like if I were to throw myself into the gay community, I would seriously get rejected. And I don't know. It's just like your whole big old standards on looks, and I really do think you guys need to stop that because that's very wrong and rude. It's pretty much going against everything that we, as a gay community, should be believing in. We should not be having standards for who we let in at all, like whatsoever. We should just love and care about whoever wants to be with us. We're there to help. We're not there to judge, and apparently you guys are there to judge at the moment, and I really don't think that should be that way. That's the way I feel about that. I'm sorry. Case closed. Bye. Thank you for listening to my story. That was my story. That's me on everything. And I love myself. That's just the way it is. Love yourself too. Yeah, just be yourself. Just be you. JBY. Let it go.
Bye.
Bye.